Today, I do want to speak about the rise of Jules Kounde, and it says here, according to multiple sources, that Jules Kounde is intending towards being a better right back. He wants to improve so bad that at the end of the trainings, he stays and puts in extra work. He not only wants to stand out for his defensive strengths, but also intends to contribute in attack with a lot of assists. So this is huge news. It's huge because we never seen Kounde so devoted towards becoming Barcelona's next big right back. There's always been these talks about Kounde telling Xavi Hernandez maybe sometimes he does not want to play as a right back, but sometimes also play as a center back. And so he was in this gray area. And so listen, when Barcelona signed Joao Cancelo 9 months ago from Manchester City on a loan deal, everybody was like, okay, we're done. We're good. Barcelona is finished. We're going to be good at the back. We can have Jules Kounde as a center back with Ronald Araujo, and then our full backs will be Alejandro Balde and Cancelo, right? At that time, we were set. To Kounde, it was a relief to see Joao Cancelo go to Barcelona because after what we have seen in the previous season, Kounde was only playing as a right back. Now keep in mind, in that season, Barcelona were the best defensive team in Europe, only allowing 20 to 21 goals through that whole season. So we were like, okay, fine. Maybe if we have Joao Cancelo, Balde, Christensen, Araujo, and Kounde, we can give out the same defensive results and allow very minimal goals and also score a lot of goals with the inclusion of Joao Cancelo. Everything did seem right at that time. But then came the actual season and we started to realize that Cancelo and Balde as our full backs was basically suicide for FC Barcelona. We formed a 2-3-5 formation in the attack with Balde and Cancelo going up, and then our back line was Jules Kounde and Ronald Araujo. And that, again, my friend, was probably one of the worst things Xavi Hernandez has ever done. We were conceding goals left and right, and I'm never going to forget Barcelona losing to Real Madrid 4-1 with Jules Kounde allowing 2 goals to go through him. When Kounde played as a center back this season and Xavi Hernandez was listening to his request, Kounde did not deliver. Keep in mind that Kounde, again, told Xavi Hernandez, yes, I will do anything to make Barcelona better. I'm going to be playing as a right back, but I do preferably want to play as a center back. He told that to Xavi Hernandez and to the media, but it seemed like it did not work. Kounde did not really know himself. The only man that knew Kounde was Xavi Hernandez, and he knew that whatever they did previously was working, and the test of Cancelo, Kounde, Araujo, and Balde was not. So after so many bad performances coming from Kounde, it followed up with a huge slump in terms of confidence. Throughout December, January, and February, Kounde was not doing good, but then came March, where I believe that he finally got his confidence back. He accepted the right back position and he was exceptional. From March all the way up until today, Kounde showed just how great of a right back he could be. And I believe that going into the next season, our backline should be Kounde, Araujo, Cubarsí, and Balde, and nothing more. Kounde ended up finishing the season with Barcelona with a total of 47 matches played and scored 2 goals and provided 4 assists. Now keep in mind, these stats could change because Barcelona do have one more game against Sevilla, but it's very likely that Kounde will have these numbers by the time the season is over. So from March up until today, Kounde did show that he is probably one of the most important players for Xavi Hernandez's FC Barcelona, right next to Gundogan and right next to Lamine Yamal. And the fact that he is also showing that he is fully committed towards becoming a great right back, that is only good news. If you look at his stats here, in terms of passes attempted, he is in the 97th percentile, pass completion rate 99, progressive passes 97, clearances 78, and then aerials 98 percentile. Those are amazing numbers. It explains the reason why he is so good with Lamine Yamal on the right flank. The connection that they are building is phenomenal. Lamine Yamal can count on Kounde. Every time Yamal needs support when he goes onto the attack, Kounde is always there to bring the 1-2, right? 1 touch, 2 touches, quick 1-2 plays to get through the defense. Kounde does have the technical ability. So Kounde has shown that he can play out from the back. He can progress play by helping Lamine Yamal. And usually when Lamine Yamal gets into the final third, Kounde just sits back and does not really contribute much. Sometimes he does make overlapping runs to Lamine Yamal, but that is only because he wants to move defenders from the opponent to give more space to Lamine Yamal. And this is what's going to lead me towards the next phase of this video. How does Kounde compare with one of the best right backs in the world? And let me tell you, based off this graph here, it is very impressive. Keep in mind that Kounde is not a right back. He is a center back that is trying to be a right back. So comparing him to Kyle Walker, Trent, and Hakimi is almost unfair, but it shows you in just what areas he needs to improve on. As you can see there, with Kounde being the blue, he's very good in aerial duels. He's very good in duels. He's also very good in carrying the ball. But as you look at the bottom half of this graph, in terms of crosses percentage and expected assist, that is where he does lack a lot compared to other players like Kyle Walker, Trent, and Hakimi. This is the reason why he lets Lamine Yamal do all the crossing, do all the assist into the box, is because Xavi Hernandez knows that this could be Kounde's weak area. And yes, while he is pretty good for a center back to bring out those crosses, he he can be much better. But as of now, the whole idea was for Lamine Yamal to take on the attack, while Kounde just sits back right behind him or making overlapping runs. So that explains why in the crosses and the assist, he is not that high compared to the other fullbacks. And I'm pretty sure that when he does get into training, he is training his 1v1s, his crosses, the cutbacks, and the headers into the box. Everything that a attacking fullback should do. Like I've said, with Trent, Hakimi, Kyle Walker, they can do that. Even if you look at the heat map here, it also shows again just how far Kounde does take it in terms of the attack. He plays in a much deeper role compared to Walker, Hakimi, and Trent. There's a lot of more emphasis on Kounde's part in terms of our defensive third, and that is why his dual percentage, the carrying, the progressive passes, the defensive actions that he does make, it makes a lot of sense for him to be very high over Trent, Hakimi, and Kyle Walker. But like I've said, in crosses and expected assist, that is the key area that he is working in right now. And that is why in that report, it was stating that Kounde is working on bringing in much more assists. And so I'm excited. I'm excited because I can't wait to see Jules Kounde in the Euros, because I'm pretty sure that this Chomps is going to be using Kounde as France's right back, like for sure. And I just can't wait to see what he has improved on. And I'm pretty sure that he's also going to show development during the preseason of FC Barcelona. And if everything does go well, if he truly does master these attacking qualities, which is not going to be coming tomorrow, by the way, but the fact that we can see his development in the next season, and if he can get just slightly better and maybe provide 6 to 7 assists in the next season as a right back, we could be looking at football's best right back in the world, and Barcelona would be very lucky to have him. Moving on from that, I also want to speak about Hector Fort, a player that does have continuity at the club and a player that does play as a left back and also a right back. Tony Juan Marti has stated that there is a total agreement that has been reached to renew Hector Fort's contract until 2029. This means that Balde is going to be seeing a lot of competition because Xavi Hernandez does consider Balde as the main starter on the left back position, and Hector Fort is now going to be there to say, hey, I understand that Balde is my friend, I understand that he plays amazing on the field, but I do have something to say. I can bring assists, I can bring goals, I can bring better defensive reinforcements. Tony Juan Marti also stated that Hector Fort will be Balde's backup next season. So that's great to hear, because like I've said before, Barcelona do need competition in almost all areas of the pitch. To see Hector Fort getting a renewal, that does mean competition for Balde. Now, I still see Kounde, Araujo, Cubarsí, and Balde as our main defensive line, but Hector Fort will have something to say. Hector Fort is a 17-year-old right back and left back, soon to be 18 years old in August, and he made his debut into the first team this season. He was able to provide 3 assists in his first season with Barcelona. He made an amazing assist versus Alaves, an amazing assist recently against Almeria, and they both came from the left back position. He's a very Cancelo type of player, somebody who likes to make assists and crosses into the box with the outside of the right foot. Barcelona definitely do count on Hector Fort, because when Barcelona rejected a 200 million euro offer for Lamine Yamal, at the same time, on that same day, they also rejected a 40 million euro bid for Hector Fort because they believe that this is a player that could become somebody great. How do you reject 40 million euros during a time like this where Barcelona do financially suffer a lot? You have to be very special for Barcelona to keep you and to reject a good offer such as 40 million euros. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.